Hey, what's up? This is Advent here. A week or two ago, I asked on my Instagram story whether I should review my ACG pickup from this season, which was the woven pants, and with an overwhelming majority, you guys said yes. So here we are. Welcome to this little review. So the ACG woven pants were probably one of the more versatile pieces in the ACG collection. They came in two colours, the black one, which is the ones that I have, and a much more unusual stone-coloured version with a green patch down one side. They're kind of like the little brother to the cargo pants, both being a bit lighter in terms of features, a bit easier on the wallet, and a little bit more subtle and a bit more minimal from a kind of, traditional tech wear, pockets and zips everywhere type look. Oh yeah, before I get too far into this video, sizing is super important on these. So last season I bought true to size and they were too big, they didn't look great, and I ended up having to send them back in fact. So this season I've learned from my mistakes. I went one size down on these, so normally I would 100% buy a large in pants, but this time I went for a medium and they fit perfectly. So that would be my advice. Definitely go one size down. You'll find that these fit way better. You'll notice almost immediately that the fit of these, the cut of these, is pretty different, not just from the ACG cargo pants, but from most pants that you'll probably find available today. They've got a little bit of an unusual fit. All over, they're pretty relaxed without being too baggy or oversized. They've got a bit of a drop crotch, but they're also tapered in the same way that a lot of tech-weary cargo pants are. You'll also notice that these are cropped, so these come up a little bit shorter than most pants would. These are probably a sort of 7/8 type length, so they come around to about the bottom of the shin, so they cut off before most pairs of shoes that you might wear. With a pair of socks just bridging the gap between the two, I think it makes most sort of tech-weary pairs of shoes look pretty good with these. Another cool thing to note is these are basically exactly the right height for wearing with the Air Force One downtowns, the acronym ones. So the boots finish just at the same place that the pants start, and that means that you don't get any awkward kind of bunching or anything like that. They just sort of sit in that perfect place. So if you've got a pair of the downtown Air Force Ones, then they do make a pretty nice combo with these. So I've put a quick outfit together with these just to show you how they look with other things. I'm wearing them with the downtown Air Force Ones. As I say, they're kind of a nice little interaction together because they sort of end where one begins. And I'm wearing the 4-dimension jacket as well that I reviewed a couple of weeks ago, because I think sort of like the woven pants, they both have kind of tech wear aesthetic and they both sort of fit quite nicely with tech wear stuff, but they're both not kind of over the top in any way. They're kind of minimal and a little bit kind of low-key sort of thing. So I think they make a pretty nice pairing. And underneath that there's an ACG hoodie just for a little bit more kind of volume, a little bit of warmth as well, because the 4-dimension jacket is not warm at all. And underneath that, the Supreme Akira long sleeve for that hype. I did mention earlier that these were black, which is not 100% accurate, because like a lot of the ACG pants, these have a very slight blue tint to them. They're a kind of obsidian type colour. So you might find that they don't always play nicely with true black things. I think personally, for the most part, it looks okay, but it is something to be aware of that these aren't pure black. These have a little bit of a tint to them. If you want to accentuate this cropped effect, you can turn up the trousers. There's a nice little seam line that kind of instructs you the best place to do this, because when you do turn them up, it reveals some branding on the back. It says Nike on one leg and ACG on the other. Last year's woven pants didn't have this. It's quite a cool little addition, although if you are turning them up, I think you need to do something in terms of socks, because your average pair of socks kind of like ends at exactly this point. So I've gone for a pair of tights in these, pair of running tights, and sort of worn socks with them as well. If you've got some nice long socks, then I think that'll be perfect for this. This is actually unusually heavy branding for a pair of pants, having it so bold on the back like that. Luckily, of course, it is fully optional. You can keep them turned down if you don't like that. The only other branding is over the right leg. There is that traditional ACG little triangle and the little bit of blurb about it being for all conditions. Underneath that flap is a little cargo pocket, again an addition for this season's woven pants compared to last season. So these have a little bit of extra functionality compared to some normal trousers, but obviously not to the same extent as the cargo pants. And the shape of this pocket as well makes it look a lot more minimal, and I think kind of more formal as well. I think this definitely lends itself to a slightly smarter outfit rather than the very much more kind of outdoor ready, military-looking cargo pants. There are 4 other pockets, as you might imagine. The front ones aren't secured in any way. They're a really nice shape and size for putting your hands in, but because of the kind of cut of the pocket, it seems like things can fall out of these quite easily, especially big things like phones. However, The back pockets, in the same way as last season's, they have these vertical zips, which makes it super easy to get things in and out. So I've been using those kind of as the main pockets here, as opposed to those front ones, because they're a little bit more secure, and that vertical zip makes things way easier to get stuff in and out of than a traditional back pocket. In terms of features, that is everything on these pants. They're not feature rich by any means. There are no belt loops or anything like that. It's just secured by these little toggles here with the little orange bits on the ends, which are quite distinctive and quite cool, but nothing else. So the question is, of course, these retail at, I think, around $200, £170, I think that kind of equates. Which, although cheaper than this season's cargo pants, is still no small amount of money. So what exactly are you getting if you're not getting that many technical features? Well, I haven't mentioned the material yet, which I actually really like. It has a little bit of a stretch to it, and it's sort of a little bit light without being thin in any way. They feel a little bit stretchier and a bit sort of softer than the cargo pants do. They're also treated with DWR, which gives them a little bit of water resistance, so water will bead off these in most conditions. After a while, it will start to soak through, of course, once that DWR coating sort of washes off. But for a lot of weather, I think you'll find these okay. Generally, Gore-Tex and like 3-layer membrane fabrics are not really the best way to go for pants because it tends to make them really loud and crunchy and not really that nice to wear. So you're better off having something like this, which can just get rid of a little bit of rain, but then stay nice and wearable and comfy as well. So all in all, would I recommend these? I feel like that's a little bit of a difficult question. If you're looking for a kind of catch-all pair of tech wear cargo pants, or your first pickup, then these are probably not really the ones. I think they're a little bit of an unusual fit, and I feel like for a first techwear pickup, a lot of people are looking for that more sort of pocket heavy, more military inspired sort of thing, which these don't really fulfill. However, I think if you're in my situation where you've already got a kind of decent pair of all-purpose cargo pants, and now you're looking for something a little bit different, then these are probably a pretty good choice. And I think with the colouring as well, they still have a bit of versatility to them, and I think you can wear them in quite a lot of outfits, but the silhouette gives them a little bit more kind of interest going on. So although I like these, and I'll probably end up wearing them quite a lot, I definitely understand if you're watching this video and kind of thinking like, I don't really think you should pay £170 for these, or like $210 or whatever. I do see that perspective for sure. So let me know how you feel about these. Do you think that the kind of fit and the styling of these, as well as that ACG branding and the materials that they're using here, kind of justify that price? Or do you feel like this is something that should only really be thought of or thought to pick up, at least in sales, where you're looking at maybe 30 or even 50% off that retail price? And of course, if you enjoyed the video, do make sure to give it a like, and I will be back next week with another video. Shout out to Thoraz HD. And shout out to Metamato, who was the closest with guessing the 3 animal friends that I had with me in the last video. The one that you didn't get was Yakel from Princess Mononoke, which is a little bit of a difficult one because I think it's only mentioned by name like once or twice in that film. But yeah, that was good. That was pretty close. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see some more, there's a small chance that I'll actually remember to do the ending screen, so there might be some videos up there. And if you want to subscribe and you haven't done so already, then to be honest, you're probably safer clicking the subscribe button down there. But if I do remember to put it up, then there'll be a button over there so you can click on that one instead.